Oh, look at that, Roxy. Big sausage. Can Grandad have one? You sure? Thank you.
Enjoying your picnic? Yes,
Yes, please.
Have a drink, then.
Let Grandad film you, Roxy. Roxy? Ah, let Grandad film you. Where's your sausage? Eat the sausage with Grandad, please. Good girl, come on. Craig, you open all up now, Craig.
Oh, yeah, I'm opening up. Oh, what's this?
Yeah, let's see what in the line here. Don't follow my way. There you go.
Some call this paradise, the everlasting English beauty of the Exmoor landscape. It's the home and inspiration of country-style camcorder man, Johnny Kingdom. But Johnny doesn't just video family get-togethers. He's used the skills and knowledge of a born countryman, together with a domestic video camera, to capture some of the most enchanting scenes of English wildlife ever recorded. With none of the expensive high-tech equipment or special tricks of professional filmmakers, Johnny has recorded an intimate portrait of the magical world on his doorstep.
Beautiful. Oh, you are prettier than that. This is a wonderful shot. Hello, little fox. You handsome little thing, you.
As a licensed deer stalker, Johnny's stealth can take him to within a few feet of even our shyest wild animals. The rewards of his patience and cunning are remarkable.
Christ, this stag is coming straight at me. It's a three-top stag. He's right beside of me, man. Now, isn't this a lovely thing to see? A pricket playing in the wallow. Beautiful. Another very hard bird to find. A great spotted woodpecker. Here's some young badgers playing outside the set, like a playground, getting rough and tumbling around. This is a shot you may never see in your lifetime. Now the stag will actually serve the hind. It's one of our fastest animals. These deer are very dangerous in the month of October, in the rutting season. The sound you just hear then was a roar for the challenge of other deer to tell them to stay away. Now this shot took me over 4 hours. I was in a tree, and we started very early in the morning. You're about to see something that you'll never see again in your life, I expect. I've been deer stalking all my life, but I've never seen deer wallow like this. It's so natural. I'm in a tree 15 feet high. I've waited here for 5 days. The longest, I was on a branch for 4 hours. You just seen that calve? Well, it's getting on near the end of October, and that calve's still got spots on. So it must be a late calf. I think it's about the 20th of October. Take notice of the hind in the centre now. She'll put her foot on the back of the other one to move it on. More or less saying that's my place. Now look, see that? One by one they come into the wallow with a big royal stag coming in the background, top of the picture. That stag got all its rights 3 and 3, which is a royal head. They call it the Queen's deer. There's only one Queen's deer. It's bow bay tray, 3 each side. As you watch the stag, he strokes the top of the water with his antlers, sensing where the deer has just been. This is one day I shall never forget. Anybody can go in a park and get these shots, but this is in the wild. This is in Southwood, near Bicknor Bridge. What do you want better than that? I was a timber feller. You know, I'd done dangerous trees as well, you know, with the tractor, like, you know. I was driving a winch tractor and reversing back with the anchor off the ground, and a chain broke, and the hydraulic arm flied through the back of the cab. I was reversing and hit me smack in the face, and it gave me 4 fractures. I mean, I was under the doctor for a fair while, you know, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I wanted to go back on the timber again, but I loved my nerves all to pieces, you know. They gave me tablets to take, and I got into the wildlife, and it seemed to take the pressure from me. My mate let me use his video camera one day, and this has started me off. I've always loved seeing wildlife, but since I bought that video camera, I just kept going just nearly every flipping day. It was a hobby. And then I started showing them in the village hall and places like that. And people kept ringing me up, so I made it into a business, you see, and they kept asking for more films. Okay, if you send the check in the post, and as soon as the check arrives, I'll post it in 24 hours. Thank you, bye-bye. Bye, sir. Then I started putting them in the shops, and they keep asking me for the next video, then the next video, and so on like that, you know. I've made 7 videos altogether. All the local people got my films now, around this area. I've sold through 1,000. But I've named myself JFK Videos, you see.
Johnny and his wife Julie live in the North Devon village of Bishop's Nympton, just on the fringe of Exmoor. They've lived in this area all their lives.
I was born down in the corner, down there, in that, well, the next house up in the corner. Then we moved one place and then the bottom one. I lived here for 24 years. And we used to come up here to get the water at the old pump for their bath water and their drinking water as well. And the well underneath, my great-grandfather built that, put the well in. And we used to pass the pump and go out through the back, behind at the old lavatory toilets, with the old bucket, and put it in the garden, make the sprouts grow.
From early childhood, Johnny had always shown skill at tracking.
We used to go out and have it through rabbits, through fish, like, you know. I reckon a fish comes up to this river for everybody. Back then, that's a good odd job to live, you know. Even rabbits, you get done catching a rabbit. My dad used to take me out, you know. I was only 13, 14, down to the river. We used to take a salmon from the river. I mean, I believe in what my dad used to say. He said, well, if the salmon comes from the sea, he's good enough for anybody. Well, Sally, darling?
We're arguing who's going to get the drinks, isn't it?
I just bought some.
Well, I've known his family and his uncles and all real characters, all old poachers.
If ever you were out looking for deer, Johnny was always the first one to spot it. He'd always spot it before you could spot it, you know, he was the one. You could go by the Exmoor, you could run around a week, couldn't you? You might not see a deer. Johnny goes up there on a Sunday afternoon, there it is.
The red deer of Exmoor is a wild animal. It's not kept in captivity. It's a good achievement to go out and try and stalk the deer. They're very, very wild, and you've got to be skilled to do this, you know? You get a kick out of doing it. It's a great experience to stalk a red deer of Exmoor. Learning to be a stalker is a big thing, really. You've got to make, first thing of all, you've got to look at the sky and the wind. If you see which way the clouds is traveling, it tells you which way the wind is blowing. I mean, and deer will smell you half a mile away. To stalk any deer. And they must have wind in your face, you see. I crawl a lot. I crawl on my hands and knees or on my belly, you know. Put the camera right in front of me and make sure that you got a bit of cover in front of you, you know. I can get very close, 10 yards. 10 yards to deer, you know. They didn't even know I've been there. And I've gone away from them, left them there, you know. I mean, I could have a kick out of these sort of things, you know. I've been as close as 5 yards. Wildlife's out there for everybody to get at. There's all there, but there's patience. Brilliant. What a lovely sight to see. I think I got to my closest hind. Very, very close, looking through a gateway. They come down here and they think they know everything. And they just drive through the moors and hoping to see deer. They've got to get out the car. Got to get out and walk a bit. You've got to walk to see them. And if you want to see a bunch of nice stags, go early in the morning. Very, very early. I'm talking about up past 4 or 5 o'clock. Beast. Right, I gotta get closer and just try and film this beast. The cold weather takes some beating. I get the rheumatics terrible. I mean, I get the joints. I got a bracelet on, see? I got a bracelet. I wear a bracelet on purpose. I mean, if I took that off 48 hours, my arm would seize up, you know? So I soaks in the bath, you know? I saw the buzzards circling in the sky, so I decided to climb up the nest. So I climbed up a beech tree, and it was fairly high, man. And I found 2 eggs. So I climbed down again, left it alone. I don't interfere when there's any eggs around. I go away and wait. The next time I went back to the buzzard's nest, there was 1 egg and 1 chick. I thought, well, there must be an adult egg. So then I decided to spend a long time with the buzzard. I don't think I've ever disturbed one bird's nest in my life. I don't intend to do things like that. If I disturb the bird, I'll go away and leave it, you know? I proved my point because I followed the bird right until he left the nest. A nice wing spread. I should say about another fortnight, and this bird will be gone. I've got myself back around again towards my haversack to go down the tree. Well, there's a nice shot. I saw him actually come out of the nest and onto a branch, and they flied away happily, you know? But I got a hell of a kick out of a bird when he's feeding the young ones, because I bring it home, you see, and look at the television, and cool, I got a hell of a feeling for that. I mean, it's fantastic to see a little bird passing a worm or a maggot or something like that to a young bird in its nest. I think it's great to do something like that. Here's a closer shot of the red star. You can even see the flies in its beak. It got its nest in a disused Rayburn. You'll see the bird go down through the hot plate. This is a spotted flycatcher's nest. There's 3 little chicks in there. And I should think by the end of the day or even tomorrow they'll be gone. Here we have a pair of goldfinches, the cock and hen bird, feeding the babies at the same time. Very rare thing.
Although Johnny has now sold more than 5,000 of his wildlife videotapes, he still hasn't given up his day job.
My dad learnt me to dig graves. We used to dig them evenings because we hadn't got much time, you see. And he's shown me the way to do it. You know, I'm getting on, I'm 54 now, you know, and it's hard work. And now I'm hoping to show Craig to take on from it. And my youngest son's called Craig. He's thinking about taking it over. How'd you get on, Craig?
Getting there, Dad.
Well, look, to start with, Craig, let me put the fork down a lot. You got to get this right here, look.
About.
Along here, the shape of the coffin, you see?
What, down here?
Yeah. Okay? When I dig a grave, I'm doing somebody a favour. I think it's the person in the box. I'm saying, well, I'm doing them a favour, you know? Doing them a kind deed, and put it that way. It takes some doing sometimes. Yeah, a favour, it's got to be a favour, isn't it? Put them at rest then, isn't it? My idea, this is my idea then. I like to be buried in a grave because I get the thought that you're still there. I mean, cremation to me is a little bit too final. That's my opinion. I think I should be buried in it. Craig's helping me out a fair bit now, you see, you know. Craig will take over from me. I hope he will, you know. It's a very difficult job. That's why you don't get very many people doing it, you know. I think the best of work to do is it, you know. Craig's a little bit like myself, a bit wild. Good worker. The oldest son's called Stuart, and Stuart's a quiet boy, you know. Well, Stuart, he's getting married at the registry office. Go too fast, you do. Running too fast, I can't even.
Take your time.
Take your time, a little slower. She fitted the wedding and the reception, and if I can, depends on if I'm drunk or not. You know what I mean? My son's getting married. That's my day, really, as well. So. Imagine we can't get drunk when the son gets married. You know? This is how it my mother-in-law. She's a lovely, nice person. I got a nickname for her, the Old Crow. But she's all right. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. What did I say? I'm sorry about that. Done wrong, have I? There's one main thing I gotta say. I've always wanted a daughter. And I'm glad to welcome Sue into my family. I got a lovely wife. I met her when she was 13 years old, you know. She's a very good-looking person, you know. And she's very quiet. Not like me, like a wild man, you know. Her brother always used to say, keep away from that wild man. Then I went to Hong Kong, and I'd done 19 months in Hong Kong, and I wrote to Julie every week. And when I come home, she waited for me, you know. And ever since that, we've been together. Been married 30 years. Same girl, you know. I think I wrote of her. I know I'm a lucky person, but the trouble is, you see, people will come to me and say, "Oh, you're a lucky chap. Got a lovely wife. What on earth are doing with you?" I don't think I'd live without Julie, no. No. I think I will, put it that way, you know. Thrice a week, and then they used to put thatch in the houses. That's what they
Used
do.
to thrash in the years ago.
Yeah, there's a different sort of thing. It's corn and barley.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. I mean, you see a thatch on the village.
been here most of our married lives. We lived here 29 years.
Thank you. See you Monday.
All right, bye.
Go to the next one.
I work in the village shop. I've been there several years, 19 years this year. Hello. Can you tell me how much that one is? Is it 12? 12. I mean, I was ill in hospital 2 years ago, and I had over 90 cards, and I just couldn't get over it. I had so many friends, I couldn't believe it.
You my glass, Sue? Sexy, Sue, right. This is a spare. Here. Yeah, good shot, huh? No problem. Say, you're just gonna look at him. I'll say 12. I'll say...
Everyone joins in with everything. If there's anything on, the whole village turns out, and everyone knows everyone else. Like the farmers, when they want their hay in, everybody goes along to help, and if anyone's in trouble, they'll all turn out and help you. This is how it is in a village.
Jeez. What? Fucking hell, was heavy, wasn't it, that one? Come on, you said you was bloody strong. Oh, Christ. Oh. Jesus Christ, Sock.
Lumpy, mate.
That was an heavy bell, that was. Get out, you swat. You better go, talk, talk. Talk. Hey. Go on, Rambo. Oh, that's bad. Left way, that was.
You have to start from the bottom to have this lot off.
That's bloody strong, boy. Go on, pull round down. Under this. God. Oh, lads, looking behind you. Up here. Another one. Too fast.
Took me the back.
Oh, what that was that? Look at the bloody cork in there. There's cork in this bugger. It's a lovely place to live. You know, I mean, all the people in the village are very friendly. They're very friendly to me, you know. I mean, they're all the same to me, you know. We seem to all get on as a happy family. Why not?
When in it? She's doing it like...
You go over a pub for a drink and there's a lot of friends around, and so they just let me know, you know. They know because they know I love wildlife, you know. To get them on the video. And that's how I find out, you see. Your badgers is up the valley from there.
Run it through.
But big central.
If you want to see some badger sets, you want to come in Shancock Wood. I'll tell you what, there's badger sets there. You know, with the big badgers in our thing, you know, for years.
All the ones there, but all clothing.
There's a bloody old hole there, you know, like a scuffle hole thing beyond the edge there. Well, get it off, it doesn't 12, 30, 40 minutes.
I heard in the pub there's a badger set, so I went to find out, to have a look myself. The badger goes away, but they dig up earthworms. I can see that where the earthworms are, where the badger's been. Yeah, definitely here. Oh, here you are. Here's one of the worms. What the badger gets out. See that worm? See that there? That is the earthworm. Now, here's a fine hole. Here, look. This set is very, very fresh. Tonight, we could have some luck. I've got about 5 shots, and it's only seconds. And honestly, with this, just 4.5 months I've been on that thing there. But I won't give up. I'll break it. I'm determined to get the shots I want to get, see? Well, this badger is only 2 yards from me. As the badger comes back, I had to walk backwards. It is very late at night. And then I built this hide. I got this hide up, and he's only 26 foot high. And I kept going out week after week until I got some lovely shots. My wife, she made me a big cake of honey, a kilo of peanuts, a packet of sugar puffs, right, and some fat. She stirred it all up, and she made it set about that thick. And I took the badger cake up there. I dig the pit, about 2 foot down. I broke it up and put the stuff in the bottom. And when the badgers come out, they started sniffing around the top. And when it all runned out, they started to scratch, like they do for earthworms. They started to scratch. They found a bit more cake. Eating my missus's cake. And I thought that was really brilliant. And I've done this 4 or 5 times with the cakes, you know. Something sweet, you see. But, you know, and that's how I get the shots of the badgers. And I got some lovely shots. I got the badgers, I got the sow with 5 cubs. I've even seen the boar badger, and I've got them taking down bedding. What do you want prettier than that? Fantastic. What is this then, girls and boys? What are you watching now? Stoats. I was driving up a road. I come around a corner, going to see the badgers, I were, to feed the badgers. And I saw 2 stoats cross the road in front of me. I parked my truck on the road, in the narrow road, to stop the traffic. I run up the road. Don't you ever do anything like this, man. 25 yards up the road, and I laid in the hedge, in the grass, where the stoats went in about there, say. Then I come 2 more. I just couldn't believe it. Before I knew what I was doing, I had 4 stoats actually playing in front of me. And I had them for 7 minutes. And it's some of the best filming I've ever done, I think, you know. But, I mean, that's brilliant, because I've never seen anything like before in my life, you know. Right, children, here's another wild animal we're looking at. What do you call this? Crocodile. And can you see the difference in the 2? One's big and one's small. What's the reason for that?
Is the age different?
The age different, yes, but I'll tell you this question. It's 2 litters in the same den. It's called a den. Well, I got some lovely shots of fox cubs near my home, which is Limpton. I went down there and I got so close, I squeaked the cob. I squeaked the little cob, and he come right up to me. He wasn't a bit afraid of me, see. I suppose he must have thought I wasn't hurting, but he come right to me, and I was fantastic, you see. He was just going like this to me. Put his head forward and backward. I squeaked and I said, "You're going to be a film star." I said, "I'll get you on telly," like this. I was going like this, you know. And he just kept going like that there. I just crowed. You got to crow for it, you know. And just stay still. Come on, little fox. You know I ain't going to hurt you, don't you? You know. You know I wouldn't harm you. That's what you're lying there for. You want to be a film star, little fox, don't you? Eh? And that'll bring a fox right up close, because the fox thinks it's a rabbit. That's for his supper, you see? I don't only film wildlife. I film fights, weddings, and also local traditions. Anything, you name it, I can video it. At least I try, anyway. I can see things on television before, like the way they do it, you know. I think, well, I think I can do this on my own, you know. And that's where I pick it up from, you see. They spend thousands and thousands of pounds, you know. This is a nest of a long-tailed tit. It's a very pretty bird. It builds a nest like an oversized wren's nest filled with feathers. It's a very rare thing to see. You must stay away from the nest, because I filmed this nest on remote control, so I wouldn't disturb them. This little bird is called the tree creeper. You can tell the tree creeper by the spots on its back and its white front with a very curved beak. Now this is the gold cress, the smallest bird in the British Isles. This bird is a 1/4 inch smaller than the wren, with the wren 3 3/4 inches long. Here is the dipper. You see how he gets his name. He's always bobbing up and down. This is my hide. Now, this took me 3 months to build. I built it out of an old electricity pylon which had fallen down. This is where I film all my good shots of my birds in the nesting boxes. Let me blow this. Oh, what have we got here? Ah, great tit's nest. Yeah, he's occupied. This is. I have to go inside and look through the back of the nesting box and see what's in here. Paul could get in the hole. Yeah. Well, I'm inside the hide, and look, this is some of the boxes. I'm now looking into the grey tit's nest, and there are 7 baby ones in there. The parents are coming to and fro from the outside of the building, which I've just took away the glass so I can film the babies. If you look out the window, if you look over there, there's a little box over there, and there's a nut hatch. I've seen the pair of them there. This is the cockbird. Yeah, the cockbird's gone in the nest. I should think it was a cockbird. It's a lot more colourful. Let's just wait. He won't stay in there very long if it's a cockbird. Yes. Now here's a lamb which has been killed by something. It's been eaten from the ears down to the front shoulder with no wool around, no blood. So it can't be a fox, it can't be the birds. So what animal is doing this? Beast of Exmoor. That's something I would love to get on video. I've been trying very hard. A lot of people come down here and say, no such thing as cyst. It's a load of nonsense. It's one man you must see, Mr. Briley. This is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Well, I hope so. I know you're interested in
yes,
these
I am,
things.
yeah. And what have you got in your Nigel this time?
Johnny, it's an extraordinary thing, you know, that these animals can grow to the size of 250 pounds, and yet people rarely see them. But this is the case with big cats like pumas.
And this is the pumas, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, this is actually one of these animals in the wild. These are photographs of
that
pumas.
That is the animal
That's
there.
a lynx
Actually, it's.
pumas.
I want to take a picture of them. Where's the best place to go then?
If you're going out at night after them, you should have a light with you. I don't say they're dangerous, but they are not as nervous at night.
I go on my own now. I go on my own stalking around. But it's going to take some finding because it's everywhere. It seems to be. I think there must be more than one. I was driving along the road and I saw the herons circling and I saw them flying into the trees. And it was raining hard. I stopped my truck and I bide there for 3 hours. I didn't give up because I could see the birds, to start with, stalking their necks up and down and showing their chest about, like, you know. You could see that it was trying to make love, that sort of way. That's the way I pronounce it. I mean, you may think different. But I mean, that's the way I say when the bird is just sticking these feathers out like this, you know, and I thought, well, they're going to mate in a minute. So I waited and waited until I got the shot. Patience. This could be the shot I'm waiting for. It is, too. Here we are. Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant shot. What do you want better than that?
I'd like to see him really get into just doing the filming side of it, because with his grave digging, I mean, he's better not doing that anymore. He doesn't really like it. He's very soft-hearted, really. He gets very upset sometimes. Very often he's got to bury a friend, and it takes a lot of doing.
It's hard. I buried 4 or 5 of my mates, you know, in South Molden, you know, and that hurt me a lot. My hardest job is when I've got to bury little kiddies and things like that, when they've had no life at all. I mean, I believe in the church and everything, you know, but I mean, these things were made this way, and when the time comes, that is it, you know. There's no telling what's going to happen tomorrow, is it? It's gone, you know.
I'm a big believer in the church, and so is John. Very much so. I love the carol service.
my life, I believe in everything. I believe in every little thing. I'm living all right. I think anybody else could do the same as I'm doing. Go out and enjoy life and try and relax a bit. I mean, wildlife is the thing, well, it's the thing for everybody, really, providing they've got the patience to do it, you know. It makes you relax. To get out there, well, I just get a kick out of it, you know. It's beautiful, you know. I've been up to London. I don't think I've missed anything up there. Too much smoke for my liking. I like Exmoor. I love Exmoor. I could live on Exmoor. I go on holiday, but I just don't like going away. I like to stay around in this area. It's my home, you know. It's very quiet and peaceful, isn't it? Beautiful, Aaron. I've got a beautiful wife and a lovely family. And you wouldn't have a prettier place to live than Exmoor. You don't have to be rich to enjoy life. And I say that's the secret of happiness. You've been watching Wildlife on Exmoor, filmed by Johnny Kingdom. I hope you enjoyed watching this video with me. I hope to see you in future films. Goodbye. God bless you all.